Facilities, clean water or teachers. A daily reality for learners of the Langkloof Secondary School. The school was forced to shut its doors at the end of last year. It remains closed. This building was converted from a primary school to a high school for senior learners from the towns between Gqeberha and Maskhant. But the parents believe that it will not be able to provide quality education even if the shortcomings are addressed.
The ablution facilities are so bad. There is water, but the water content, the iron content of the water is too high for consumption. Obviously, you would know that. There is no books. There is no teachers. Actually, there is nothing here to start a school. But they are not doing anything about it.
The parents of the learners are seasonal farm workers. They gave up a day's pay to close off the R62 to voice their frustration.
We have been struggling for a long time to get our kids back in school. Next month will be the third month that they are not in school. Every Monday these people have a different story. They keep saying next Monday, 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 but Monday never comes. We are so worried about our kids.
And also we are unhappy and we are getting impatient. Today is the second day that I'm not at work because I'm here fighting for my child's future. I really want my child to get an education.
Similar issues are found at schools in the town of Gqeberha in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. Learners from the Gamble Street High School also took to the streets. They are concerned about the upcoming exams as majority of their subjects have not been taught since the start of the schooling year.
We're actually doing nothing at school, like sitting. Sometimes like we don't write nothing, we're just sitting in class, nothing, no teachers. I mean, like at tourism, we don't have a teacher there.
We don't have two teachers for technology and LO. Like we go to class and then do nothing. They're sitting around, going to bathroom. Either they're going to the back of the school, playing, running around, playing soccer and doing nothing. And our teachers won't do nothing. And we came here to the Department of Education and telling them about our situation.
The parents of learners from the John Basika Secondary School also closed the school. Poor infrastructure, poor sanitation, and the ongoing drug abuse within the school are the last straw for them. They demand better security measures. They also vented their anger and frustration on the street. The protesting parents and learners all say the same thing. All they get is empty promises. In the small town of Patterson, there is only one high school. The management of the school has been begging and pleading with the department for 6 years for more teachers and classrooms. Currently, there are only 11 teachers for nearly 500 learners.
This is the first quarter of the year. Yes. The first quarter of the year. And there's nothing that the children have done up to now. Yes, yeah. Nothing. So our cry is that the department must come to the table.
We just hope for the sake of our learners that Department of Education are listening, because it seems like we are knocking on closed doors. And the officers was here, the district director, Mr. Goldlaw, our later SG, Mr. Kojana, was here, promising us, and their team, their executive, for how many times they come to our halls and to our schools to promise that they will then give our heart's desires. And they keep on promising, but things are the same. And as you can see today here, our learners are frustrated, our parents are frustrated. And to us, we would rather stay on this road as long as we can. But we can't take this whole situation because it's frustrating us.
The Department of Education admits to overcommitting to projects. According to the MEC, Fundile Kade, they are unable to fulfill all the promises, and that is why they run into so many problems.
You can't contract a project for 3 years and you complete it in 6 years. If it was, for example, if it was 50 million to build this school, by that time it will be 100 million. So we then said we must stop that. Find a way of prioritizing all those that are above 60% completion, take them off of the roll, give them monies, contractors must go back to site, finish all those that are above 60% construction, and so that you can go back this year, after this financial year in April, go back and say, how do you then finish the ones that have already been established but incomplete? without incurring much escalated prices on the basis of poor planning that was happening in the past. So it's one of those unfortunate, uncomfortable decisions.
The Eastern Cape matric pass rate improved by nearly 5% last year. But the learners we encountered while covering these protests are very concerned about their performance at the end of the year. Kim Daniels, SABC News in the Eastern Cape.